Hey, good morning, good morning. Do you know, it's already Saturday, the 13th of April. We're already into this new financial year, and I am in belonging in business. So I'm thinking about business this morning, but I'm also thinking about it being the weekend. So happy Saturday. I can't believe we've made it to yet another Saturday, and we've not done it on our own because I'm telling you, I am pretty much not very good on my own. I think we're better together, and I'm with Christian Burton this morning. I'm not just with Christian Burton, I've got other people, but they're eating their breakfast because I'm not sure what time of day they think they get up. But it's the middle of the day now. I've been up 4 hours. I don't know about you, but if you're just waking up, good morning. If you're watching this later, then just watch it later and pop a thing in the what's it, that chattery thing. Put it there and say where you're from and say you are and come on board and well, just be clear about who you are, what you've got, what you're doing, and where you're going, because that's going to be what I'm going to talk about today. Today, we're talking about how can I belong in business, and to be honest, I don't think I do, but I want to, and I have to, because I don't want to lose my house. Sounds a bit basic, but that's about it. I'd quite like to keep the roof over my head. I'd also like to keep eating. I'd quite like to have the equipment to move around the world. It would be good if I could do that and go to work. I'd quite like to keep learning, and I'd quite like to keep with all of the people that I love and have a really close knit group of family and friends that I have time with. So I'd quite like some social and emotional contact. But the problem with that is I'm disabled. So unfortunately, it's not a great deal. It's not a great deal because the government don't know how to serve us because they haven't got any in their cupboard. They forgot to get some. The MPs stopped at the point of remembering that they needed to reflect society, which I think is a bit of a basic start. And maybe they could come to me if they want to know how. It's not difficult. You just select from people and you don't give your friends jobs all the time. You choose them for the merit, and you choose them for the diversity, and you make sure everybody's got a place at the table. It's not rocket science, but we're not going to be talking about that this morning because I bang on about that all the time. I'm MJ. I am a therapist and a teacher, a SENDCO, but I work with special educational needs because they're the best, right? They're special and specific, a bit like we're going to be today, a bit smart. But I'm going to talk today about how I belong in business. And like I said at the beginning, I don't. I didn't. My face doesn't fit. My wheelchair doesn't fit because there isn't a lift, and I don't fit in the lift. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really fits. So what do you do if nothing really fits? And I think many of us feel like that, right? I'm an individual. I don't know about you, but I don't know anybody like me. I've got people not like me here today. They've all got their own individual stories, but I'm going to tell you a little bit, a quick run in one part. And I mean, we talk about what we know about people. People have opinions, don't they? And I wonder about their opinion of me because of the amount that they know about me. So what do they know? Not a great deal. What's their opinion? Well, a subjective interpretation of what they know, which is very little. So unless I share it, you can't get to know me. And also, if I don't share it, you can't take advantage of it because it's really important. This part, in the grand scheme of things, is more important than I ever thought. And I honestly didn't know at the time. In fact, I said to the bloke that went on about it, if it's rubbish, I'm going to tell everyone. And I would have. And now it isn't. I'm going to tell everyone because it isn't. Not for me. And there's only one way, and that's your way. But I'm going to tell you about a way that I chose and why and what I think that means, because I think I've got to be clear about my offering here. I'm offering the subject of my experience. That's it. I don't care what label I've got. Doesn't matter. Everything I say here in this space is free of charge and free of any rights or obligations from me to you, except to say this is what I know from me about me. It's not necessarily fact. It's only my truth. So I don't really want to think anyone to think that this is the only way. I just think this is one way that I chose, given the knowledge that I have. And what I've chosen is a product, a number of products actually. I could pick you a dozen up here of things that I use, but I've had to put together a unique way of treating my body because my body was unique. Sounds a bit simple, but pharmaceuticals really didn't cut it for me. I've got pictures. I can't share them here because I haven't put them together. Maybe I will next week, but of before and after. But I use some products, and two of them are these. Now, I choose to take these. These are it's a protocol that's produced by the functional nutritional. I don't know what he's called. He's a doctor of your gut, and he's also a chiropractor and all sorts of other things. And he's got loads of other things. And like I say, labels to me experience. But he created this protocol with a lady who he helped, who had bariatric surgery and nearly starved to death. And she couldn't absorb vitamin B12. And if ever you felt a bit discombobulated, then a lot of the times they reckon the stuff in these is the stuff that you can't get in you through your food you're not absorbing. So it goes here in your gum. And these are the spores of the mushroom coffee that I drink. I drink a coffee and then it don't come like that. That's mine. The demo. Can't say warm. Sorry. I'll behave now. These are the babies, literally, the whole mushroom in an egg. It's double cracked. If you think about this stuff, this is called reishi. If you think this stuff is any good anywhere else, go and look at how it's made, because this is made like no other. Reishi spores have a double layer, a bit like me. You have to crack the outer layer before you can crack the inner layer, and everybody else doesn't, but we do. So you get more product per capsule in you, more nutritional content. And it's approved by the FDA. Not that tells you much, but honestly, reishi, go look at it. PubMed. I'm a researcher, and there's thousands of articles, not double-blind crossover tested yet, but you know, that's really never meant anything to me. I had experimental drugs in Birmingham Women's Hospital when I had obstetric cholestasis, and to be honest, it would be the only reason that my middle child wasn't stillborn, was because I signed away the idea that this drug would stop him dying in the womb. So I'm used to experimental ways, and I'm still here to tell the tale. And I've not done a bad job, I don't think. He's alive too, which is handy. So I take the spore powder, but I also drink and this is reishi mushroom. Reishi mushroom was created by God. That's better. It wasn't just created by anybody. It's not a product. It's a thing in the world that grows. Like, nobody makes it. Well, they do. They have to harvest it, but it just grows, and it grows on bark, and it grows and in ancient somewhere or other, in the east somewhere. Strange. They used to have it. Well, the emperors did. Nobody else, not the normal people. Shh, I'm telling you all, but don't tell anyone. And they used to have it, and if you were found with it, they chopped your hands off, which isn't very useful. And if you kept on, then they after that, I'm not sure that anybody did it. And these emperors were saving it for themselves, a bit like I was going to say the UK government, which is harsh. But they were saving it for themselves, and then now we know about it. So these spores are, or they promote neuroplasticity. Now, neuroplasticity is whether you can grow new pathways like a motorway, because your brain's like a motorway. Whether you can grow new A roads. I've always called them M roads and A roads. M roads are the roads you always go down. They say, "Oh, I brush my teeth." Well, when you have a brain injury or something goes wrong, or you've got hyperinflammation, or things are really pants in your brain, then you lose your A roads, really. Your M roads don't work. I mean, your M roads, like those normal things, like brain injury, all that. You lose the way, and then you've got to create new little ones, new A roads, like going around the motorway, bit of a country route. In order to make a new connection with further down the road, because you've had a bit of a car crash. It's just like a little bit of a car crash in the motorway, in the M road. And sometimes that can happen just because we're inflamed. In fact, a lot of the time. And then there's brain injury and all sorts of other things like cancer and HIV. And I mean, there's a million, you know, just Google it, how many things can affect the brain. So this helps you promote the ability to make new neural networks. That means I can run faster than my brain can get rubbish, I think. And when you put it with the stress drops, which is a vitamin B12 methylated product, it promotes the balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic system. And what that promotes then is a gut that absorbs things properly, more readily, not properly, that's a bad word, but can take things in. And I haven't got much of a gut left because I have had lots of operations. So the little bit I've got needs to be really good at absorbing, and it wasn't really doing a great job, and now it is. And that means now that my sugar has been balanced and I'm no longer having sugar spikes, and sugar spikes cause inflammation. And that kind of calms down the brain thinking, which means people think I'm cleverer, but I'm not. And that I do loads, but which is because I'm really active. And I also, because of that neuroplasticity then, it promotes more oxygen in my blood. And that promotes my alertness and my mood. And that promotes my effortfulness, which means that I move. And so all of it promotes what I've been trained by Dr. Bob to know, and through my coach Pete, the Magnificent Seven, which is really simple. You know, it's move, eat, sleep, drink, think, talk, poop, right, isn't it? And we've got to think about all those things. Think about the Bristol stool chart. Now, the greatest thing that happened to me when I started with these was that I did a poo every morning. And not just a poo that made me feel sick or uncomfortable or have to sit there for hours, or one that I was like, oh, there's a million little pebbles in the toilet, but one of those in the Bristol stool chart that's proper, like I could do a proper poo. And a proper poo is a really important thing in the world. In health and social care, we even mark it on a chart to check that you've done it, because we don't want you to die of it, and you can if you don't poo properly, and it's really quite difficult. Don't get constipated and stay so. So the spore powders, particularly the stress drops with them, because you're relaxed, well then it's easier, isn't it? Not only that. So you're pooing right, and then you drink more water. Not the greatest water in the world this time, but you drink more because you're promoted to, because you're emptying, which is good, because a hydrated brain is one that can think. You know, I think it's some ridiculous figure, % water. So you drink more, which has been a challenge for me. See me if you can't drink more, because I can give you some hints and tips. There's a tea, a green tea and a red tea. The green tea with wonky peach water. But I don't know, I'm just good at recipes. The green tea on ice with wonky peach water is, and there's nothing in it. It's just peaches in water, like seeped in water. There's nothing in it. No additives, no anything, just a bit of carbonation. I'll probably find out that's bad for me too. That's just incredible. So you drink more, and then I do. I didn't want to eat lots of sugar because it made me feel a bit weird. Sugar spikes seemed to make me weird. So then I ate and got more nutrition in a better way. I started making different choices just because my palate changed. I think the mushrooms helped the palate change. So I ate better, and I started monitoring my sleep, and now I sleep sometimes 13 hours after 6 days. I'll do a 13-hour straight, and the rest of the time I'm sleeping fantastically, and I measure it. So I started noticing my health, and I lost weight naturally. I didn't choose to. It wasn't something I was focusing on, but I've lost a phenomenal amount of weight. But a lot of it was inflammation. That's not why I did it. I did it because I want to feel strong and healthy and capable and able to go to work. And it's hard because I've got multiple organ failure. And so, and other things, lots of other things. But that's, one of the things I was trying to recover from, and I said I would, and I'm doing so. I've had some glitches on the way. So, and then it promoted me to move, and that's why I've managed to raise funds for a hand cycle through drinking all of these products, and help other people and help my own health. Now I can breathe. So move right and talk right, because look at me. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself because I show up. I show up and I make the commitment to you. And I make that commitment because it's important that I help people have what Pete calls and what Dr. Bob calls magnificent health. We are magnificent together, but only when we tell each other the truth and help each other be better versions of ourselves, right? Than we were today or we were yesterday. So I want to be clear that I absolutely use these products, and I also distribute them, and I also have a team of distributors, and I also put events on in Cardiff, and I do believe that this will grow, and it is growing, and we've just had an event and it was incredibly lovely to welcome new people to the team. And if you want to contact me, please do get in touch when I have somebody that is ready to provide you that back office support as you can enter into this business for, well, next to nothing, to be honest, some of the time nothing at all. So if you're going to buy the product, be a distributor, because actually distribution is cheaper than buying, so that's what I do. That's how I started. But it's one of those income streams that I've got. So I had a look as well when I started this, because I thought, well, hang on. In fact, I had a friend who also looked at other reishi products, and they went and got them, and good old power to their elbow. People should choose what they wish. But I have to say that I think the way that this company does it is just sustainable for me. It's in a coffee, it's in a tea, it's in a latte, it's in a mocha, it's in a, well, you name it. I'll send you the link. And I should put it here, I suppose, but there we go. If somebody wants to in the chat, they're welcome to my link. So there's a link. It's like, if you're a distributor, you get your own link, you get your own back office, you get your own business, you get your own business in a box, you get opportunities to travel, you get lovely things, just lovely things. You get to be part of a network, and you know what they say about your network is your net worth. But you know, to be honest, it's not about money for me. It's about the people and the company and the enthusiasm, and of course the fact that they're all taking the same product. So it's a little bit of a, you know, it's a little bit of a team approach to the whole health kick. About, it's not a kick, it's like trying to stay alive. But a lot of the people that are in my team have had lots of challenges and they've overcome them. You know, they're overcomers, and part of this is their story for some of them, and certainly for me. So yeah, if you want to know about this, I think the way to belong in business is to diversify your income. If you're disabled, you need to be able to make something and get the money to make something. Now that's really hard when you haven't got any money. So when I started, I needed a little tiny bit, and then because there was some product bought, that goes into a little account, and then I can buy products with the money in that little account, which goes around in a loop, because then products bought and then that little bit in the account, I can buy some more product, and now I've got, well, quite a stock of things. And that means when somebody rings me up and says, can I have, I can usually say, yeah, I can send you one of them or one of them. And actually, even on my link, you can't get this. So if you want this combination, you really need to get in contact with me. This combination is unique. And actually, I'm visiting an event on Sunday night at 6:30 about that about, it's a bit, I don't know about this more, but about things like that. So if you want to know about that link, you can't just have it, but you can contact me. And as long as you've got your camera on, and as long as you are going to be there, because you've got to be there, you've got to commit to this, otherwise it just isn't happening. You can't have it. I'm on strict instructions from the boss. It's not happening. So I can't do anything about that. You have to be committed. You have to commit to having your camera on. I want a message from you to say that you're doing that. And that's the only way you can have the link. And even then I'll have to check and send the name off to somebody for them to check. So, I mean, I don't know whether I should have even done that, but we'll see. We'll see. Probably not. If I've done it wrong, I've done it wrong. At least, you know, you might get an opportunity if you all get in touch. It might be that they do one that you can have next time. I don't know. But Sunday night, 6:30, I'm talking about this stuff. And the reason I'm talking about this is because actually I need to commit to myself every day, and every day I talk about it with different people. I know more about it, and I'm just a baby. I'm just a starter. I've only just got started. I am only a baby in this business, but people have grown much more quickly than me, and they can then turn into what they call a diamond seller, and that is, well, it's a different life in a different world. And the lady that's running the event tomorrow night is one of those said sellers. Distributors. It's not really a seller, because I don't sell the stuff, it sells itself. I don't care whether it sells. Listen, the more people that know about it, the better, but I can't help it if they don't want to or can't. It doesn't matter. They have to do their own thing in their own way, and I love them very much for whatever way they choose. I'm just explaining my way in this occasion because of my particular ill health. So I feel much better, and it helps me do those Magnificent Seven. It means that I can learn, and I'm learning to be a social worker. It means that I can develop things. It means my imagineering is fantastic. Now, I believe that my imagination is only limited by my capacity to create new neural pathways, given that I have a protocol that literally is created to make new neural pathways. That would ipso facto suggest that I am able to learn really quickly, be happier, do better, get fitter, feel stronger, and manage more. That sounds like a win-win-win to me, because actually, what's going well is everything I'm doing to be everything I am. Yeah. What's important now is sharing this miracle, because actually we are 4 years in. Yes, 5 years in, 4 years in, 3 years in, whatever it is. 3 years in. 3 years into taking this product, and 3 years in, I think I'm a miracle. It's not just the products, it's everything else. But I think we need to share it at some point. Whatever you think about it, I'm sharing it. So there we go. This is it. So that's one of my income streams, right? One. And it sells itself, and you get a link, and people buy it, and they feel better, and then they keep buying it, and they bet, and they share it, over a coffee, and then people feel better, and then your friends feel better, and then everybody's feeling better, and they all start doing better, and then they start thinking better, and then they start making more money. I'm just saying, because the thing makes money, right? And then they feel better because of that. I just think it's a win-win-win. What's important now is you know how to do it, and somebody's already said they'd like to be a distributor. Thank you. I think I can probably let 10 in today. I can't let any more than that at a time, or she'll go crazy. She'll go boom. My helper will go boom. So I don't think I can let any more. But I think, just please get in touch. There'll be a list. It's good. And we can show you how, because we're going to show you how we do it, because I'm showing her, right? So I might as well show you while I'm showing her, because I had to learn myself. No point in reinventing the wheel, is there? No point in sitting there trying to work out yourself how you enroll somebody, when I sat there for about 3 weeks and then bothered somebody else and then annoyed somebody on a Zoom, and then, it was all very difficult for me. I think maybe it's time that I put my money where my mouth is and went, hey, this is how you do it. So yeah, I'm going to keep a regular schedule with that, and we're going to be training people in how to do that little tiny bit, because I need to, and I need to learn it myself. I need to go relearn it. That's why I teach it. It's so that I can go and find out all those finicky bits that I need to tell everybody. That's the only reason I learn. I'm a bit of a, oppositional defiance disorder springs to mind. If I have to do it, I will. If I don't have to do it, it's very difficult. I have to have something to work against, and I want this lady to know how to help me. Now it's really important that I help her know, because it's purposeful. Sounds a bit selfish, but actually it's just, I'm aware that when things work for a purpose, I have attention to them, so they have to be real. I can't make them up. So I'm a situated learner. I have to learn in the thing. I have to learn to do it, which is what this is. It's a network marketing opportunity. And if you think that's a dirty word, you're wrong. Go and talk to Richard Branson. There are masses of network opportunities. Avon Lady is a network marketing opportunity, and I've been an Avon Lady. Have you been an Avon Lady, Chris? I don't think you have. I'm not asking you really. It's a rhetorical question. I bet you've had Avon Ladies in your bloody family. I'm going to talk to you in a minute about Avon. I am. I bet you've had Avon. Or Tupperware. Or any of those other majors that you know about. Right, well, this is one of them, but it's better. I'm not having you on it is, otherwise I wouldn't be involved. There are thousands of these things out there, and I'm involved in 3 in my life. I think there's one going to come on board that I've already seen that I'd like, and I think that's a quartet. And I think, to be honest, 4 of those is absolutely fantastic, especially if you buy from them for yourself, right? So you are your own network marketing opportunity, and then your friends will get to watch it. I mean, people said to me the other day, what are you doing to your skin? I haven't seen you for 3 months. Well, that's the product too. But it's not just the product, right? Because I don't just eat stuff. I also put stuff on my skin. And why wouldn't I distribute it if it did this? Like, what? People are like, what you got? I was there with my practical support assistant. I'm like, look at this. She's like, is that what you... I'm like, yeah. She's like, give me a link. All right. Calm down. So there's the stuff that I'm doing. So I'm just sharing myself. So I think the way we belong in business is being authentic. Sharing ourselves. I think it's sharing the way we got here. I don't think it's a silly idea that we don't just get to the finished bit. I know that stage performance is fantastic, but don't people always want to see behind the scenes? Actually, Isn't that the bit that they're like, oh, they've got the making of? Well, why don't we just make it? And we don't have to, the end will look better. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to keep a regular schedule and we can work together. And that means one of those income streams to belong in business, you're already in business. I opened the new product, the one that I'm putting on my face. I opened the back office to it yesterday and it's incredible. Like, I'm not having you on. Susie is a genius. She came from, I don't know whether it was Dragon's Den or the other one, the one that ignored me. Not ignored me, didn't choose me. Can't remember his name, that one that was in the market. No, the market boy, anyway. He didn't want me. That one, she came from there, I think. She didn't want her either. But she's created the greatest, beautiful, most incredible, natural, amazing set of products. And also now she's got makeup. And I know I haven't got any on, but I quite like it. And the makeup's like natural and hypoallergenic, and it doesn't hurt your skin, and it has no horribleness in it. It's got none of these chemicals that I'm trying to get out of my body through the spores. What's the point of having the spores and then spraying myself with deodorant and having toothpaste with fluoride in it? Taking that out as well. And using shampoo with parabens in it that are going to be absorbed into my body and come out in my boobs and turn into breast cancer or whatever they're doing. I don't know what they're doing, but they're disgusting. So, I've just stopped sulfites. I don't eat bacon anymore. Like the doctor said, it was the best thing I could do, apart from go vegan, which I've not done yet. I don't really want to. I'll be honest. I'm just going to be straight. I don't want to. But it's not about what you don't do, what you do. It's about reducing the load on your system. Getting rid of all those chemicals in your house for another alternative, which is the quartet that I'm talking about. I haven't got a choice. I have to change the products, or I might as well not bother. But I don't want to absorb that. I'm cleaning up. I'm cleaning out. I'm heading into the third part of my life, and I need to be ready. I need to be ready financially. I need to have 7 income streams. I need, if one of those income streams failed, for the other 6 to just be there, and it's okay picking up 1 or 2. Increasing a percentage of your income instead of all of it. Gone are the days of having 1 income stream. It's just not going to work. Things are too tenuous. You need 7. Grab one that's going to make you feel better. Why not? It hardly costs anything to involve yourself. Like when I first started in business, it was a fortune. So I just started it anyway. I thought, well, I'm going to buy it. If anything happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Winning. Win, win, win. What's working well? That is what's important now. Let's share it. And then what's important next? That you share it. That you try it actually for 30 days would be my suggestion. 30 days. Buy 1 box. Buy 1 box. The best box is, I think, 50 quid. The worst box, not worst, they're all amazing, is 20 quid. It's a bit more. I don't know, 22, I don't know, whatever it is. Sounds a lot, but it ain't. And well, I think the sport power is about 80. I can't remember. You'll have to contact me. And the same 80, 90. I can't remember. But if you put it together, it's a bit of money, right? But it's an investment in yourself, and the drops you don't use much of if you don't want to, unless you want the reset protocol, which is on the side of the bottle, which I did. Changed my life. People said it changed them because they had a morning meeting with me, and I just wasn't grumpy anymore. Not even at 5 o'clock. I just managed my stress better. I was just more balanced because my system's balanced, because actually my brain's working effectively and I'm hydrating it, I'm feeding it properly, I'm sleeping right, and I'm feeding my own mind with the right things, with nutrition and understanding and new knowledge and learning. And I'm at university and I'm sharing that with people, so I'm teaching and I'm learning. I'm using it. There's no point in taking it and not using it. When you take it, it gives you the propensity to get on with things, but you still got to get on with them. It's no quick fix. There's nothing is except you, but it's a part of that. So how do we belong in business? Well, we belong in business by including ourselves. What do we include ourselves in? Well, whatever we can get involved in that's interesting. And is it helpful and does it help us? Well, if it does, then blooming heck, that's another win, isn't it? And then if we can learn how to do it from someone that's done it, and we can share it with the people that we love, and we can watch them get healthier, then why wouldn't we want to do it? And why haven't I shared it before? Because I didn't really know how to. And I wasn't really sure what I was allowed to do. And then I realised nobody can tell me what to do anymore. Not unless I'm breaking the law. And then they can explain to me and I'll fix it and I won't do it again. and they'll have to give me whatever it is punishment that I require as a result of my behaviour that I wasn't aware of, and that'll be fine. I wouldn't like it. I don't like punishing, but I can only do what I can do given the understanding that I've got at the time I've got it. And right now, I understand that this is helping my well-being. Now, if you want your well-being to improve, and if you've got any inflammation, I'm talking about osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, for me, this is the things, right, that I've got. Endometriosis stage 4, I've got multiple organ failure, I'm neurodivergent, I'm ADHD, that means I'm ADHD. It's amazing for neurodivergence, people's handwriting changed, mine has. Dysgraphia, dyscalculia, I have all of those. Oppositional defiance disorder. I have rickets. Just thinking about it, I have asthma. I've got my spine is degenerating. Multiple organ failure. I think I've said that, but I'm not saying that it's going to cure anything. Also, people that have cancer take it. Hannah Cohen took it for the 11 years that she carried on being alive. Once she had brain cancer, she was a miracle because she took the spores, and I remember when she got re-diagnosed, that it was the only thing that the doctors between one scan and the other said to her, "What you been doing?" And she'd up the spores to 1 an hour. Every hour she was awake. And they saw a change. Now, sadly, she then contracted COVID, and the rest is, unfortunately, Hannah's over at the other side, being as powerful as she is ever. And I can't wait to see her again. I love her very much and I miss her very much. And she was a sunshine and bloody hysterical. She had a wicked sense of humour. And I'm going to share that sense of humour because I want her to help me, because I'm going to go and do some comedy in a bit, because I need to express myself and I need to do it. It's another income stream, right? Because this is diversifying our income, and I've got lots more. So this is just the first thing I'm going to share. And why? Because I want you to belong in business, and I don't care who you are. Because business needs to be for everybody, because self-employment really is the only way for disabled people. Because if you're with an employer, unless you're me and our company, and there are some others, then having an employer and being disabled isn't that easy if your employer isn't and doesn't understand it from a lived perspective, because they can try and understand it, but there's a very important lady in my life today told me they just can't. Now, I didn't say that, but I'm sure she's going to. Now, we have another half an hour. I'm going to go and let people talk this morning, because I'm going to share some links. I'm going to share with you my email address. I think the link to my shop perhaps would be a good idea. I don't know whether that's okay. I don't know whether I'm allowed to do that. I'll tell you what, you could email me and I could share you the link. That's probably best. It's all a bit secret or sacred. I don't know what it is. I don't understand what the protocol is. I've not been here before. Not properly like this, telling people like. I was just like, oh, people were like, can I have some of that? I was like, oh, yeah. Like, it's just been a bit like, yeah, have some mushroom coffee. People are like, really? I'm like, not like that. Not them mushrooms. Not them. They don't make you see little things. I had a friend who said about it. I said, what's it like? He said, well, he wasn't a friend. He was my husband. He was a friend. That sounds a bit harsh. He said to me, yeah, the snooker balls, the pool balls grew little legs and ran across the pool table and then popped themselves in. I'm like, oh, sounds a bit weird. That it doesn't do that. It doesn't do any of that. So don't be worrying about having little things growing. I wouldn't be liking that, and I wouldn't be doing that. I can't be doing with no reality. What I like though is the fact that I can think, and I can just be happier and healthier, and well, you know, have some more money and pay for my own product by taking it and sharing it and having coffee mornings and meeting other people. And now I can go on holiday with it, which is wild. And I've even got soap. I mean, I've got toothpaste. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, the stuff's amazing. Anyway, just saying. And I'm neurodivergent, so I like things. I also like things that make me feel good. I like my shower. I like washing my hair. I like all those things. Some people that are neurodivergent find sensory things really difficult, but I think I've leaned in the other way. So I really do enjoy spas and saunas and massage and products and treating my skin and doing my hair, and yeah, I do. I enjoy all that. And I think it's really healthy when you're balancing a really lot of hard work and doing a lot of learning. I think you've got to look after yourself too. So these products help me look after myself. And I'm really proud to say that I'm a distributor, and I want the world to know, so they're going to. Because I think it's only fair. I feel quite selfish. I think it's time I stopped hiding my light under a bushel. But I'll be honest, I think I just wanted to go, does it look any better yet? Even though I felt fantastic, it was like they won't understand how I feel on the inside out, because it's not about what you look like. This stuff makes you feel fantastic from the inside in, because it works inside out. That's it. Inside in, inside out, because it works at cellular level. It literally works on your very cells. It's not about how you look. The outlook sorts itself out. You just have to do the in look with the stuff. So let me know if you want some. And if you want to distribute it and you want to come to class, let me know. We're literally putting on distributor classes, and you're just going to have to do as you're asked, I think, and learn with us, because we need to become an army. So it needs to be like quite serious from the beginning. I think there's other people that can help us. I'm going to try and get some help, because I've got a team behind me. So I'm going to put people on stage. I want to say thank you for your patience, people. We've got everybody here. Do you know what I think? Wildly, everybody takes the blooming stuff. That's interesting, because people just turn up here and decide to be here because it's just like, come along and be part of the, let's do it together, because I just prefer it. Because I'm crap on my own. So I've got Christian, and Christian's the Director of Inclusion. That's the charity that I've been raising money for. And he also works with me at Accessibility Partners, and so do I, because we have to do work. Making access to work for all of us, actually, because we're all also, we're also all access to work people, recipients and participants. And we take the cup now then. Is there a correlation going on here where you've got like people at work doing stuff here in the morning at 8 o'clock on a Saturday, drinking coffee, and at work doing quite well, making the minimum income guarantee. Do you know what? It's all just come together. Good morning, everybody. Do you have anything to do with this coffee malarkey and these things? And how are you before everything? Just hello.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I have quite a lot to do with coffee. I drink it every day, drink it every morning, and it is the reason is that I can do what I do. It is. I used to get migraines a lot if I didn't do it, and now I'm being up earlier and earlier and doing as MJ knows, and I feel fine. I really literally feel good. No ill effects, in fact, more productive, get more done, get more, and honestly, people are going to be thinking this is bunkum. They are, because I did, right? We did. We're advising you drink mushrooms in coffee, and everybody sort of get away. I mean, there's nobody more realistic than MJ. She's not, but it works. It really works. It, and I would not sit here and say it didn't work. It really does. It's and it's good coffee as well, which helps. It's sort of silly. It's not like a lot of health food things. You're muted, but
If you're going to buy coffee, buy the healthy coffee, right? If you're going to drink coffee, which I do, and I will, and I do, then drink the healthy coffee. That's nice. People say when they smell it, it smells like it's ground. And I'm like, I know, and all you've got to do is pour it out. I mean, can you imagine if I had to do it all the time? You just have to pour it out the packet, don't you? It's not difficult, is it?
no. When we were away in Cardiff a couple of weeks ago, I didn't have a sachet with me in the morning, so I went and had a coffee from a well-known chain, and it made me feel ill. It really did. No disrespect to their coffee. I'm sure it's fine, but compared with what we drink, and so all the health benefits, no matter what you think and what you want to do, it's just a decent cup of coffee. If you think nothing more than that, and yes, it's not the cheapest coffee in the world, but on the other hand, uh, it's not. For what it does, I think it's quite good for money actually. But yeah, so and if it allows us to do what we do, and allows us to, and basically what we're doing with what it allows us to do is help other people all the week, and so win-win, I think.
Well, I can't say, like I say, I can't see a disadvantage apart from a learning curve, which actually for me has been a real slow burner. So I haven't had to learn it. I just had to have a link and order what I wanted. And as I took it, I started to read the back of the box, and then I did a little Google, and then I popped it in Chat GTP, and then I took the picture of my box in the DALL-E, and said, "What do you think of this?" and tell me the benefits. So I asked the AI what it thought of it, and then I asked other people, and then I met other people, and then I said, "What do you find?" And then I've been testing. I'm a bit like, well, Marie Curie tested her and her family with radium, so maybe I mean, it wasn't a great end. Because too much of it, and anyway, but she did learn lots, so maybe it will be the ending of me. I can't imagine, because nobody's died yet. It's just a food supplement, but it seems to do great things to the brain, give you more oxygen, just make you more alert, give you a predisposition to getting well. I recover really well. I haven't had a cold for blooming ages. I haven't used it. I mean, honestly, you have no idea. My lung function, my capacity for exercise, my ability to concentrate, my desire to work, my organizational ability, my executive function, the fact that I am orchestrating quite a number of different entities, and I can do that, whereas my executive function as a neurodivergent person was really very, very challenged. And whilst I am still challenged, and I can experience overload and overwhelm, these drops prevent that. And in the moment, you can literally take them and go, thank you. And they're just harmless. In it, there's GABA, which is the important thing, right? That's the stuff that promotes brain, communication. And you're gonna have to promote my pronunciation will be pants, and of course I have to do this now. I'm old. Theanine, leaf balm, mint, lemon, bergamot, methylated B12 complex, and then there's loads of long ones that are about your B12, I think. But you'll have to come along to this thing. If you want to, tomorrow night at 6:30, if you want to know about the stress relief from this protocol, because I'm telling you, it's magnificent. It's the most magnificent thing you'll ever know. And I think it's the thing. It's the thing that's going to solve the thing. But the products themselves, you can just have a cup of coffee, as Christian said. You don't have to go into it like me. You haven't got to go, right, I want to sort my cells out and then the rest will sort itself out. But I just thought, why not start at that and then it goes out, rather than fanny around having my lips done and my eyes done and a boob job and a blah, blah, blah. Much better just do the cell and da 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 da. I said, yeah, I'm not keen on surgery. I've had enough. So I didn't do it that way. I did it from the inside out. And I think that's probably the right way for me. If it's the right way for you, get in touch. Christian, have you seen a difference in me? I'm going to mute. I'm going to ask you to talk about me, which is just freaky. Oh.
Yeah, when you started taking those stress drops, you were completely different literally the next day. I mean, everybody, all the staff, not that you weren't wonderful to work with, every day, but you were quite yes.
What was my nickname in the underground?
Wildcat.
That's very harsh. Did somebody buy me a Wildcat, Christian?
Yes, somebody might have bought you Wildcat.
They did,
not me. I hated that.
Because I was a little bit not aggressive. I don't think so. Maybe it was aggressive. Yeah, I was a little bit aggressive. I come from quite an aggressive background.
I think our friends, no names, Tony, exact words, but you're lovely, cuddly, but and you love your arm off. So, I think was his exact words, meaning in a nice way, just meaning that you can be quite forthright you could be quite forthright in your opinions, which actually, in all seriousness, is how we've all got here and how we got there, because you don't take any nonsense. Be careful how I put that. You don't take any nonsense in the same way that the rest of us don't take any nonsense, and if you sugarcoat and nobody gets anywhere. They just chase each other around in a circle. So yeah, so that really wasn't a criticism. That was just an observation on Mr. Lloyd's part. But but when you took those stress drops, literally the next day, everybody we can message all the place. Oh, MJ's nice for that. MJ, and you weren't not you. it didn't change you. It just made you more what's the word? Able to sort of cope really, and able to navigate. Is perhaps the best way. And it was very marked, and no, I'm trying to forget. You're not
Thank the
really
Lord.
at all.
Thank the Lord, I say, because actually I think I'd have gone pop at that point, and I think it's because my body was starting to recover, but actually, I was still, it was still vibrating and acting. It was still, the mechanics of it was still working like the old body, and it needed a reset. That's what they call this protocol, the reset. It literally is the stress reset. It literally does balance the system. Whatever the hell's going on, it does that, and then the body can work for itself. So for me, that 30 days, if only you did with one bottle, I think you should carry on forever, my sen. But that's just because I know how I feel. But I know that one protocol, 1 month of 30 days of that and the spores is a reset. That is the protocol that's on the side of the box. So you're talking about, yourself. And I think I'm worth investing in. I think it's also worth noting that that I was just probably twice as productive once I even drank the coffee, just the coffee. Honestly, it was ridiculous. I sent messages saying, "What is this stuff? Is this legal? How can we be allowed it? Is this like okay?" I was reading and thinking this can't be right, but it is. It's just mushroom, and of course, mushroom is it's a fungus, and it's the very thing that's going to keep life alive. The mycelium that runs under the ground where the mushrooms use as the white threads. That's the communication between plants. That's how trees communicate. That very product is in this. It's the very essence of life. And I just think that if we go back to basics and we look at ourselves and then we go, everything else we're doing then will fall away if the body doesn't want it. My body doesn't like anything processed now. It rejects chemicals. It understands what's good for it. It's taken all of the products. My subconscious has designed me now that I've taken all of my electronic products out of my sleep space. It literally is acting in its own best interests in a much more healthy way. And I can't describe why except to say I have a knowing about what's right for me. And I have a propensity, a desire, and a capability, and a commitment, and a resilience, and an understanding that there's only one answer, and that's that I do what I wish. And what I wish is for me and for my best interests. So health isn't a decision anymore, because there is no decision, because I have to come first, because on the inside out, the only way is to start from right at the beginning, right at my cell. And for me, there was no way living in the world, having been intubated. I died during COVID. I was intubated. I was breathed for. I was on a myriad of drugs. They put me deep under. I was operated on. It was horrendous. There's no way my body was able to cope. It was inflamed. It was massively swollen. Massively swollen. And there was no way. No, you don't need to be in that situation. You just need to know that actually to want to change your circadian rhythm even. We find that people that have to take melatonin, those that can't get the sleep product into them to get that circadian rhythm properly working, for those that maybe have a day-night, lots of neurodivergent people have got that mixed up. It's not them, it's a thing, and you can change it with natural products, and it's really just quite easy once you understand how. And if you want to know that protocol, the sleep protocol for neurodivergence is one that I really now know I have to share. A lot of things I have to share because I've done the work. And that's what happens with this product. You put the work in to yourself, and then you share it because you are it, and then it shines from you, and then it sells itself. And that's the same with everything I've ever done. Put the work in first. So this is not an opportunity to sit back and get rich, I assure you. The recompense is limited, because actually it needs to be on your friends and family and not just you. So you're not going to make a quick buck from this. It's not what it's about. It's about sharing a cup of coffee with family and friends and sharing a healthy alternative that helps them be a better version of themselves, and loving them for that and with that and to that, and then helping everybody get a leg up. because we're better together. So I'm not going to go on because I know that I can. But that's because I find it so damn exciting that this exists and nobody tells anybody, which is ridiculous. James, I'm going to shut up now and let you talk because you love this product. Or Alexia, do you want ladies to go first? What do you want? What do you want me to do? You decide, guys.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Well, having been on Organo longer than MJ, we had a phone call a few minutes before this because I've been a bit under the weather, and that's quite common with disabled people. But what we don't do is we don't stop. We stop and look at what our lifestyle is doing. MJ touched on the fact that Organo has made a big change to her life. If you really want to make a big change to your life, changing what you eat, what you do is brilliant. But we all start from one place. Everything, every animal, every being is only here because of what this planet produces. The micropores in the mycelium, a lot of the trees can't survive without it. There are certain flowers that we eat, that we use in combinations of drugs. And there is a place for drugs, but I think the big lesson here is with a bit of wisdom, rather than going to the pill first, think about the lifestyle. Because certain plants can't grow without that mycelium. Certain trees can't survive without it. The more I learn about this earth and this planet, and as much as I love David Attenborough and there's several other people I love, none of them really very often talk about the point of where all these things start from, which is this planet. Without this planet, I'm not here, you're not here, MJ's not here. So why would you want to mistreat anything? Because if you're disrespecting the planet, you're disrespecting yourself. If you've got children, you're saying, you basically, let's be honest about this, you don't care. You don't care about your family, you don't care about your friends. Because if you're not looking after this planet, you're not looking after the spores to help things to grow. It helps you grow. It helps your children grow without eating the right things. And during COVID, I've always been looking at what I ate and how I ate it. I've had a couple of great privileges in my life, but during COVID, I happened to get talking to somebody who was an ex-food scientist. Do you know why he gave up his job? He gave up his job because he knew that if you're eating low fat, that's not natural. If you can't read what's on that packet, that is not natural. One of the tricks of the manufacturers is you write to your MP and you say, they're saying this is not sugar. They change the name and they'll give it another technical name. Well, I'm coming across that one at university. Why the heck can't you talk about backache when you've got to call it something technical? It's words for words' sake very often, but they want to hide the fact of what something's doing. We're not hiding anything here. I just lost everything to fraud. Lost my home, my life, everything. And I realised the only person who was going to change it was me. And MJ knows this story. She went through it 4 years ago when I met her. So the Organo for me was what gave me my energy back. And I was talking about this. I realised with polioarthritis, I'd still got to get fit. I'd got to move. So I went to a local gym class. And most of them were older than me then. But there was one piece of equipment they wouldn't use. It was a stepper. And it literally is, if nobody's been in a gym, it's just a thing that makes you do what you do, walking up a flight of steps. That's all it is. But I couldn't move this thing. Oh, that made me angry. I used to have red hair, half Scot. Whoa, yeah, I've got the fire as MJ has. So I decided that I'd learn to do this, and I could actually use it till its full capacity, get to the top, and have to start again. If I can do it, and at that age I would have been, well, in retirement age I would have been, because they changed it, I was 68. So I wasn't doing that when I was young. I'm well on my way to 70 now, and my working day starts at 4 in the morning. And on Mondays, we don't finish till at least 9 o'clock at night, do we, mate? But what we do is remember to take a balance, because that is the biggest thing you can do. But if you want to live a good life, all right, these products are not cheap, but I'll go without something else rather than I'll go without Organo. Now, nothing is going to work for everybody, but you can decide what you eat and how you live. Why do you think I go out and clean the streets every day? Yeah, excuse the language, MJ, it hurts me like hell to do that now. I literally have to drag, if I have to step off the pavement, I now have to drag my right leg off the pavement to do it. But it makes people think about it. You're leading by example, and that is the only thing that works. So if you want your life to change, follow the process of what we do, what MJ does, because everybody's idea of work is different. But if you can still work from 4 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock in the evening when you're near 70, and there's not many can do that, there are some, then you're on the right path. But most people can't. Get off the TV. I'm not saying don't watch it. What I'm saying is pick what you watch. Learn about life, because it's the one thing that you can control is your life. So I would just finish with saying, if you want to be kind to yourself, be kind to this planet. Eat right, drink right, poop right, sleep right. Sleep is my biggest challenge right now. I'm saying that here and now. So it's something I have to look at. Have an absolutely fantastic weekend. And I'm now going to be quiet.
Can
Uh,
I just
yeah,
add something?
yeah, of course, go for it.
Just think about whatever you're saying before we go too much further. You're people are already going to think that this is a product, but everything's a product. Every pharmaceutical that people are given is a product. It's made to be sold. So we're not we're not moving outside of anything here. So it's just I just thought I'd just add that because
We're not. This is me saying, let's look at the back channel. Let's see how this was made. Let's not give them the finished product and go, look at me, aren't I amazing? Because I'll be honest, I sat here and I thought, right, it's okay, like people getting to know me and they are doing, and then people telling me they admire me and like they are doing, and then people say I'm impressive, which I hate, but they are doing, and then me going, oh yeah, that's because I'm like this. Well, actually, no, it isn't. It's because I wasn't like this, because I didn't understand and I didn't have the way of knowing it. And I don't think it's fair that people shouldn't know it. And that's all I'm saying. You should know it and you should try it. And if you try it and it ain't for you, blooming amazing. But if you've got health concerns and if you don't think that you're in balance, like I wasn't, and my team was grateful when I found myself to be, even if you just have a coffee, just a coffee. And that's it. And then that just, I mean, I already had a good idea of what was right because of the fact that during COVID, I had a visit to where Hannah is 3 times. So the idea that there was any way out of this game was dissolved, as I knew that I'm part of everything and everything's part of me. And my God, my understanding loves me exactly as I am, as I was made perfectly in the universe's likeness. Perfection can't be fixed. and you're perfect. But at cellular level, we can get a little bit misaligned, a little bit vibrationally off key because of all the noodly things that we take, like these things in the shampoo and all sorts of malarkey that I've had to get rid of. And it's not just one thing that's made the change. It's lots of little things, and every little tiny step has made the difference to make things be just more comfortable for me. And I'd quite like to be more comfortable, and there's sometimes I'm really not very comfortable and I do cry and it does hurt, and I tackle that, but it's very, very difficult. And in between, I'd like to feel the healthiest I can so that I can do the most and feel the most comfortable whilst I'm doing it. So actually I'm not just crying and whinging and moaning all the time, because I find it really exhausting. It's hard enough to be disabled. So no, I'm not moving away from anything. I'm saying to you that actually I don't take a great deal from Accessibility Partners because it costs a lot to run. Actually, we can't really afford for me to take much. And that means that I can't just have one income. So I need a few. So I've created a few. And I also don't want somebody to take anything away from me. So I'm scared that they might, because they did during COVID when I died. So now I'm acting in a way that's different to before. And I've learned a new way. And it turned out to be the way that lots of other people are doing. And I've also looked at new ways like cryptocurrency and investment markets, because I met people on Clubhouse that knew about it. So I started looking. And then they started sharing. And then I started learning. Just the way as I have with Organo, this product, with the reishi product, with the mushroom of everlasting life. Now I already have everlasting life. I don't need everlasting life. I already have it. I've never had to give that away because it never was any other way. I just needed to know that was the case. But the mushroom that makes you feel like you've got everlasting life and know that you've got everlasting life and look like maybe you've got everlasting life, because I am old. That's the stuff. People say I look younger than I did, and it's not about that. I don't care. I'm 21 in my head, probably a bit less. So it doesn't matter what I look like, because I know what I am on the inside. But it makes you feel 21, actually. So I'm going to share that, because it's one way that you can get yourself out of a financial pit, and that's called being disabled in the UK or anywhere else in the bloody world. Just being disabled. I'll just exit that first thing. The UK, I mean, I'm just saying from a perspective of living here, it's pants. But I know it's worse everywhere else, so I'm not whining. I'm just explaining. So I think it's one way. And this way, you buy your product with your product making, and then you don't make any money. And then you start to build a business, and you're not making any money, but it doesn't cost you any money. And then you can step up. It's not about jumping off, it's about stepping up. This is a step up opportunity. It's just a step in a long road, but a road that I know you can make, and a road that makes you feel better as you do it, which I just think's banging, for me anyway. I don't know what else I can say except I love you very much. We've got to 9 o'clock and you are incredible. And no, of course, if you know God, you can't die. There's nobody dies, my love. We are eternity. We are all part of the infrastructure of the fabric of the universe, and you are me and I am you. Sorry, that's comments in the chat. We are all ourselves and each other, and I love you all because you're all perfectly made, just as I am. And therefore, once we understand that, which is a really easy thing to do once you have the neuroplasticity that I have, and then popping off during COVID helped. I've got a lot of combinations, like I say, not one single step. Just all the steps create that wisdom that helps you be the best version of yourself today. I mean, I'm not sat here with a fried whatever. So, if you think that, if you think it's going to be a good day, I do. I'm excited. I'm going to see if this works. I don't think it does in here, but I like it if I can. I think today, if it works, yeah. These people that have been alongside me have just been amazing. You couldn't have made it up that 4 of us came, that 4 of us are, that 4 of us... Oh, and we're all also included in inclusion. I mean, come on now. It's like some sort of fest, really. Because we're an inclusion fest, we're an AP fest, we're a coffee fest, we're an Organo fest. We're all distributors. It's mental. And I never even made it up. I just woke up this morning. I thought, who do they think we are? Who do I think I am? Who do they think I am? And I thought, hang on, how do I think I belong in business? Well, it wasn't because anyone invited me. Well, Organo did. But it wasn't because I had to pass it because nobody cared. Nobody wanted me there. This is the only business you can just walk into and nobody goes, oh, are you? Like, think you can do this? Well, you just learn on the job. Enjoy yourself by buying coffee. It's ridiculous. And it's fantastic. So, first time I've shared it. That's crazy after 3 years. I don't understand myself. Maybe I just needed to understand the whole before I could share it in a story that made sense. It didn't sound like I was trying to flog your stuff because I don't want to. I do because I want you to feel better. But I just want you to, and I want to share with you what I think and what you can have and all the recipes I've made. There is an Organo recipe book, but I've got my own. My dad was a chef, and I think I just naturally can't help but make recipes. So I've made all sorts, including the green tea and wonky peach water. Only me. Only me. Only me.
You should try our mushroom soup.
Again.
MJ, you should try the mushroom soup with the spores. Wow. But you
Well,
put the spores in once you've cooked it. So it's like a magic sprinkle on top.
See, that's literal and probably really sensible.
You don't need any bread.
See, I've not tried that. We have all sorts of recipes to make. It's why we need a commune. I'm joking. I'll have to stop it. Right, I'm going. I think we've been here for an hour, and I love you all very much, but I've really got to go on to coaching people, and then I've got assignments to write. Yeah, so I love you all very much. Have a fantastic weekend. Any last words?
Just putting the kettle on. Give us a minute.
Take life on and live it, but think about what you eat and drink. Costs you nothing to do, but so simple. Think about what you do first before you go to the doctors. You can save the NHS money and improve your own health.
And actually, while I'm here, I forgot. If you want to share a couple of videos, I've got some videos about those emperors that had people's hands chopped off. They weren't chopping hands off in the video, don't worry, it's not a horror movie. It's just a movie about the Ganoderma lucium, which is the reishi mushroom, and it's got pictures and everything. You can see it, and it's dead good. And you can have statues of emperors, and it's dead sexy. And you can read the history, because I don't want to tell you, because it's in a video. I'm just going to send it you. And it's only little. And if you want it, and you want to hear the back history, then have that. And then there's a couple of things I could share with you, just that you can just have a little look at. So if you want to, just get in touch. It's dead easy. I'm everywhere. So pop it in the chat, and somebody will go and wipe up the messages. Send me a direct message everywhere. Instagram. We are on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Twitter, Twitch, X, and Insta. So really, just message anywhere, or even on StreamYard, literally, or perhaps just, I don't know, give me a ring. Ask one of the people here how to get in touch. I think most people know. Google me. Put me into Google. MJ, Mandy Jane Lace. Just have a look and see what you can find, and then get that link. There's a link in the chat wherever you are. I think now that wherever somebody puts it, it goes everywhere. I'm not really sure. It appears to be working somehow, some way, because I've learnt all this, right, since this product. I didn't know how to do any of this, and I'm live on about whatever many places. So it just shows you can make connections with this. That's the mycelium, that's the connectivity, that's the neuroplasticity, that's the way, the plasticity, that's the way that a network works. And that's the way that we make networks, not only inside but outside. And it works, because then it handles the mess in the middle. Once you've got more money and more health, well, actually, your well-being increases, then you just calm down, you feel much better, and then everything seems to work, even your relationships. It just seems ridiculous to me that I always got it the wrong way up. But never mind. I got there in the end. Take care, everyone. It's been fantastic. Bye.